do is explain to my daughter why she's not going to see her father for a very long time because he's in prison.
Believe me, I can relate.
You haven't said anything to Douglas or Beth, have you?
Oh, no, I'm holding out hope that Liam's name gets cleared. And Liam can't lose sight of that. You know, our daughters need him too much, and he has to keep the faith. He has to keep fighting to get home to our children. And, you know, maybe if you and I work together to keep him focused in a positive way.
This is the one time we need to come together as a family.
Hey guys, it's Jim Halterman from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider. I'm here with Jacqueline Macinnes Wood, who looks pretty good for having given birth today on Bold and the Beautiful today.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm in my dressing room right now and working away, but thank you so much. It's been really fun for Steffi right now. She just gave birth and she's madly in love and hopefully continues that.
Yeah. Talk about just shooting the birth scene, because she did it at home. It was much more intimate and really, it was really beautiful to watch. Can you talk about just filming those scenes?
Yeah, absolutely. We were told that, obviously Steffi was going to give birth right actually after I just came back from my maternity leave about a month ago now. And I love the way that they wanted to do it. Very intimate. It was a home birth and she ended up having it in a birthing bath, a little pool in the living room at her house, which was so nice. And it was beautiful. It was so tastefully done. And it was very relaxed, not like last time with her first child. But yeah, it was very, very intimate and they really connected. And it's, with Steffi and Finn, they're in the bath together. And it was just such a beautiful moment. And obviously I was looking it up online and seeing how this does happen. And it was really special. And I'm really happy that they got to do that.
That's great. And I have to say, it was nice that there wasn't a huge amount of drama wrapped around it. It was a very loving, positive moment on the show.
Yeah. For Steffi, this obviously isn't her first rodeo. She knows what to expect, but for Finn, this is new for him. And she also wants to think about him as well. Granted, it is about her in that moment. And her baby, but it was just a beautiful experience. And it wasn't it didn't involve any kind of drama or stress. Usually there is, it's like a lot of screaming and all, we don't know what's going to happen. So it was so nice. It was so tastefully done.
Well, and I have to say, whenever there's a nice, happy moment like that, I know trouble's probably on the way around the corner. What's coming up the rest of the summer for Steffi and Finn?
Well, I'm hoping that things are going to stay like this for a while, but with Steffi, it never ends up turning out that way. Right. But, Steffi's going to dive a little deeper into her relationship and obviously be raising two of her children and finally getting to know Finn a little more because again, she met him, it was a motorcycle accident and she wakes up and who thought that her doctor would be her future fiance and then she'd have a child with him. So that all happened pretty quickly. So I think that she now needs to get to know him a little more. But I mean, she doesn't know where he came from, his past, any of that. So she'll find out, his family, all of that.
When we find that out, will Steffi and the viewer be surprised what we find out?
You may be surprised. Yes. I think that we're all a little surprised, but it's good for the viewers and it's great for Steffi to know more about Finn. Obviously, Finn is such a great guy, but there might be a little more going on under the hood.
And I have to say, I love what's been going on with not so much what Liam's going through, but the fact that Steffi and Hope have kind of had to put their differences aside and work together. How has that been just for them? And do you think that'll continue for Steffi and Hope?
I think it'll continue for a little bit. I think Steffi's putting on a brave face, a good face right now, the many faces of Steffi. I think she wants to move forward for her children and she doesn't want to be in that same thing that her mom and Brooke went through. And she doesn't, because she knows the trauma, Steffi knows the trauma and the pain from all of that. So she doesn't obviously want to follow in those footsteps necessarily, but there is always going to be some issues there. Steffi can try as much as she possibly can for her daughters, but Hope's just not her person. Like, she's not her type of girl.
I love it. You guys watch The Bold and Beautiful every day on CBS. Jacqueline Macinnes Wood, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much. Lovely chatting with you.
Of course.
Bye.